All right, Mark Rogers TV, the voice of college football, bringing you the game that we love from every conceivable angle. We deliver the best discussion, debate, and analysis, and we are even going the bad beat route. I just had a number of games go the wrong way and just thought, hey, let's do a little bad beat. Of course, we've got it with Scott Van Pelt throughout the week on ESPN, and other people have jumped on board with the bad beat delivery, and I had my share on Saturday. Let's start with actually Friday. I had my share on Friday as well. Penn State at Illinois. Of course, the Nittany Lions a huge favorite, so much better than Illinois. But I thought Friday night, 27.5 points. Okay, I took Illinois with the 27.5 points. Not only were the Illini up in this game, 24-21 in the third quarter, which if you do the math, you're thinking at that point, okay, Illinois is awful, and they could cave in at any point, and there could be an avalanche of Penn State scoring. But they're up 3 points. They've already played like 35 minutes of game time in this game. They only have 25 minutes left to play, and they're actually outplaying Penn State. So they're not going to win this game outright, but they're up by 3, and I've got 27.5. So Penn State would have to score 5 touchdowns to turn this thing over. Penn State scored 5 touchdowns. So it's not even that bad. That's not even necessarily the portion of the bad beat to highlight here. Here's the portion. Penn State was up by 25. Again, I've got Illinois and 27.5 points. Penn State's up 25. They have the ball. They've got the backups in. They are just running out the clock. There are 3 minutes left in the game. Penn State's driving the ball. I don't know why. They're just running off left and right tackle, basically giving Illinois the play calls to basically say, let us get out of town with a 25-point win. But Illinois, as Illinois is apt to do, is giving up 14, 15, 18-yard run plays against Penn State. So it is 3rd and 18 at one point in this game after Penn State had ripped off a number of successful runs to get to the Illinois 40-yard line, something in that range. That actually Illinois played defense for a couple of plays, and it was 3rd and 18. Penn State throws an incomplete pass, and I thought, thank you. Illinois will get the punt. They're down by 25 points. Either they're going to tack on a meaningless touchdown or they won't be able to score and Penn State won't do anything and we can just run out the clock. Penn State 3rd and 18, up 25 points. Illinois is my team with 27.5 points. Penn State throws an incomplete pass. Great. Except an Illini defensive back comes out of nowhere and just blindsides the Penn State wide receiver out of bounds. Unnecessary roughness, 15-yard penalty. Penn State keeps the ball. Okay, I thought, okay, this is horrible because Penn State can't be stopped on the ground at this point, and they're just going to keep running the ball, and it's not 12 seconds on the clock. There's still about 3 minutes, and there's plenty of time to score. But Penn State even took to the air. Maybe they got that mad or something, but they took to the air on the next play and threw like a 40-yard completion that set them down at the 1 or 2 yard line, and they took it in from there. There you go. Penn State wins and covers the spread. On Saturday, Texas A&M, Alabama. I picked the Tide to win this game 45-17. 45-17 is a point differential of 28. I wasn't real comfortable with taking the Tide minus 26. 26-28 is very, very close. Texas A&M's a pretty decent team. But I pick all the top 25 games, so I took Alabama minus 26 points. And I think I really nailed this game. This is the worst when you have a bad beat in which you believe you just nailed this game. This game is going basically exactly to script, exactly how you felt and thought. And that's what happened here. Alabama took it away in the second half. They were dominating the game. They were leading 45-19. They were leading 45-16 by 29 points. But Texas A&M scored in the last couple minutes to only lose 45-23. Meaningless touchdown. Classic backdoor cover. Bama wins 45-23. They do not cover the 26 points, nor do I. Next up, we've got Tulane at Ohio State. Buckeyes, of course, the much better team. This is going to be a blowout. To what level of blowout? And as I like to say, Who's going to be playing in the fourth quarter? How hard are they going to be playing? And what kind of play calls are the coaches going to put into the game? Is Urban Meyer going to put the throttle down and crush Tulane? Or is he going to ease back and say, it's fine, let's hit the showers, boys, put it on cruise control and run the clock? That's basically what Ohio State did. The Buckeyes led 42-6 at halftime, and I thought I was toast. The Buckeyes were a 38-point favorite. I took Tulane plus 38. Tulane down 42-6, 36 points at halftime. No scoring in the second half. None. Until 30 seconds left in the game, and Ohio State can't be stopped on the ground, and they score a touchdown to win 49-6. They scored with 30 seconds left in the game. Buckeyes cover. I lose. Arkansas at Auburn. I didn't even check out the scoring. Who knows what exactly happened? Of course, I deserved this one. Who in the world would take Arkansas in 30 points against any decent team? Because Arkansas is awful. They just lost by 27 points to North Texas. But I felt, okay, 30 points in an SEC game. I know Arkansas is awful. And all you Arkansas fans, I feel bad for you, except for the ones that made fun of me and drove me into the ground and blasted me and called me every name in the book, idiot and moron, for picking Arkansas to go 4-8 or 5-7 because you picked them to go 8-4. Arkansas with 30 points in an SEC game loses 34-3. They lose by 31. I lose. Arkansas loses. We all lose. All right, Wisconsin at Iowa. It wasn't any particular play, although Iowa did fumble a punt at its own 10-yard line that gifted a touchdown to Wisconsin in a defensive game where touchdowns were at a premium. These two teams only scored 5 touchdowns between them on the night. Iowa did lead this game 17-14 and had Wisconsin pinned at its own 12-yard line. The Badgers went on an 88-yard drive. They couldn't just kick a field goal and send this thing into overtime. They had to complete the drive and do something that they hadn't done the entire night, and that's drive the length of the field for a touchdown in the final seconds. With 1 minute left to play, Wisconsin scores. They win 21-17. I've got Iowa plus 3. Wisconsin wins 21-17. Oh, but there's still a chance. Nate Stanley and Iowa get the ball with 57 seconds left. They've got that much time to drive and score and win. But they don't even tease me. They throw a pass over the middle. Simple little crossing route, little dump pass to Marset Smith. He can't catch a ball that's going to hit him right in the helmet, right in the forehead. He pops it up in the air. TJ Edwards picks it off. Wisconsin closes it out. And then finally, the classic game. The classic bad beat of the night and the weekend, for me at least. You can leave in the comments section some games that really burned you. Please do. I would love to hear the stories. Of course, you know where I'm going. Stanford at Oregon. I've got the Ducks plus 2.5 points. They annihilate Stanford in the first half 24-7. They actually at one point in this game led 24-7 and ran for a touchdown to make it 31-7. But that touchdown run from 16 yards out was called back. Oregon was still in position to score, at least a field goal, but they fumbled. And not only did they fumble to give Stanford the ball back, but the Cardinal ran it 80 yards for a touchdown to turn what was a complete rout, game over, 31-7 game into a competitive 24-14 game. Worse than that, Oregon's got the ball. They lead this one at 31-28. Oregon with the ball, 31-28. I'm sure you saw it. Driving down the field, milking the clock, running out the clock. They could have chosen to take a knee 3 times and punt and give Stanford the ball with a few seconds left and force them to drive 60-some yards to get into field goal range to tie the game. They chose, and it's not necessarily the bad decision because you can ice the game and keep the ball out of the hands of KJ Costello and Bryce Love. What they chose to do was go for the first down, and they came that close to gaining the first down. Now, if they would have come that close and been able to punt on 4th and inches, fine. No. C.J. Verdell fumbled. And so with 45 seconds left in the game, Stanford's got the ball, and they had to drive it about 45 yards to set up a nice little nifty 32-yard field goal for Jet Toner. So Oregon, icing the game, running out the clock, fumbles with 45 seconds left, hands it to Stanford. Stanford drives the length of the field, kicks the field goal. Of course, they go to overtime and win. Oregon plus 2.5 out the door with a 24-point lead. And also later in the game, icing the game, they fumble with 45 seconds left. Those are my bad beats. I would love you to share your bad beats down in the comments section. Would love to hear, or maybe I'll commiserate with you. Would love to hear, would not necessarily be the mood I think either one of us are in taking in some of these results. We love college football, but the way it goes down sometimes is rough to take. If you think about the mathematics of the whole deal, over the course of a long season, they're going to go for you in this manner. They're going to go against you. It only makes sense mathematically that for all the bad beats that I suffered, that there's some lucky stiff somewhere else who's laughing himself to the bank thinking, I made out on all these lucky late game decisions and bounces of the ball. So it's got to even out over the course of a season. It just never seems like it does it? Mark Rogers TV, the voice of college football. Please like, comment, and subscribe. We bring you discussion, debate, and analysis on college football like nobody else. And please subscribe to my newsletter as well, the voice of college football. Send your email to mine at markrogerstv@gmail.com. See you next time.